Well, oh, Soul Sand Valley. That's an interesting spawn. I don't know if I've ever had a nether spawn in this biome. It's almost always the nether waste, but I don't mind it though. I don't mind it. Assuming I don't die right away here. Perfect. And we actually might be a great way to get a happy ghast. That's one of the things I have not used yet. Use the other pick for this. I have not got a happy ghast yet, which is really disappointing. So I'm not really sure how they all work. Hello everybody, my name is Dismal and welcome back to the second episode of my Let's Play series, I guess, Forever World, whatever I want to call it. I'm gonna have a name for it eventually, but just not yet. Yeah, today's episode I want to try and look for a Nether fortress because I really want to get a bastion. I really want to get a Nether star so I can get a beacon up and running, so we can start clearing that stony shore, and then I can start on the first part of the base. I'm not gonna get into what that base is too much. I'll talk about it later, but I'm not gonna start building this episode. That'll probably be next episode. But my goal is to get enough wither skulls to get a beacon. Maybe kill the wither in this episode. We'll see if we get to it. And as you can see, I have updated to the new version over there. Alrighty, let's get to it. Let's just take a gander around here. Let's try and see if we can find a Nether fortress anywhere near here. Just a lot of delta. How far up are we? 91. So we're up in the air a bit. Whoa, I didn't realize we're right on the cliffside edge. That's not great. Not even 0. 3060. Let's do 3060. They both positive? Yeah. That'll make it easier to get back. Just know where the ports are. Don't have to screenshot or look back in the VOD. 3060. Oh, I forgot I don't have gold on. There goes my shield. I kind of wanted that shield. It would have been very useful against all the piglins. I probably should grab some gold armor. Even if just like a helmet or something. At least until I can get like enchantments on my armor, then I'm not too worried about it, but yeah, we're kind of high up here. Not a big fan of it. I would much rather be lower down. But, oh well. You win some, you lose some. Found a good plains biome, but got stuck with a crappy nether. Although it might not be too bad once we get an elytra, because it's pretty open. I don't have to worry about hitting myself flying around in here, which is not too bad. I'll have to light up the area though. Don't want too many skeletons spawning. Got some issues. Oh. Wow, that dude just jumped right off. Come on here. What? Hey? Oh, did I hit him? What? He just... Huh? What the heck happened? He just vanished. Okay. Okay. Sure. Yeah, in an ideal world, I would get a wither skeleton spawner started. Or not spawner, sorry, a farm started. That way I can just grind for skulls, because I'm gonna need, bare minimum, I need a beacon. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I don't need a beacon for the base, but it would really make things go by quicker. By quicker, I mean like tenfold. Like it would speed up the process by a lot. The building, not so much, but for sure the gathering of materials and the clearing of that stony river, stony beach, whatever it's called. Still not sure if we're gonna clear it or just cover it, or both. Okay, that one I hit, it just hit the ground. Somehow I have a easier time doing this in a multiplayer server with a bunch of input lag. There we go. Holy crap, I got a music disc. No shot, I got tears, like, second try. That is quite lucky. Oh wait, I got 2. Wait, is it just guaranteed? Did they add that? Or it's just guaranteed if you redirect a gas shot? Huh. Either that or I'm really lucky. Yeah, I'm not too sure of how those drop. If it's just guaranteed, well then that's nice. You don't have to test your luck or anything like that, but I'll have to make a jukebox and play that when I get back, because I don't know if I've actually heard that one or not. Well, on its own at least. I might have heard it, and if it's a soundtrack one, or if I've heard it somewhere else, but as a music disc, I have not heard it. Let's see here. Oh. Oh, well, this is not great. Okay, well, let's try to get down there at least. Hopefully this goes there. Or somewhat close to it, yes. Let's just cover this hole. I don't want any accidents to happen. Not without Elytra, definitely not this early into the game either. Okay. Well. Oh! Is that a bastion? Holy crap, that's a bastion. That's not what I'm looking for, but that's really cool. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go there just yet. Not without gold armor for sure. At least one piece of gold armor. Definitely not without enchantments. I could cheese it. I don't really feel like it. I'm not that good at the game. Like, you've seen. And so I don't really want to risk that. What are other options here? Like, let's go around the corner. I doubt there'd be any, like, fortress anywhere near here. That's the issue. Like, I'm looking for a fortress, but I think now that that's there, I'd have to go somewhere, some other direction. I don't really know how they spawn, but I'm assuming they take up a certain spawn chunk, or whatever it's called, and they don't spawn in the same kind of area. That I'm guessing this cutoff here might be like the spawn area or something. Might be less than that, but that's really lucky. I was dreading having to find one of those later on. I was honestly gonna wait until I got wings, but hey, if I can get those first, I might be able to get Nether right before I get an Elytra. Wouldn't that be something? Although it's not like it's that crazy. You just gotta have to actually choose to go that direction. But normally I don't. Normally you're gonna elytra first. Ow. That was rude. Oh yeah, it must drop just every time you do a reverse. Huh. I don't really know if I need 3 copies of it, but why not? Let's head back for now. I'll see if I can get some extra blocks. Stash away some of these resources. Maybe do a quick enchantment before I go back. Oh, and probably harvest my crops here. Yeah, I have reached the point where I don't have to worry about diamonds. The nice thing is I have mending on everything. I'm kind of just... Well, I say everything. I mean my main tools I have mending on. I guess that's something I didn't really record, but I did get a mending villager. Yeah, not too bad. And just like that, I got 0 XP, but I've repaired my shovel about halfway. It's not terrible. I got just under 4 stacks of quartz, which really doesn't equate to much. That's under a stack of blocks. Quartz blocks. But hey, all in all, it's not terrible. I don't actually mind it that much. No, not my plant. I know people are out there going to say this is inefficient and I should put the pumpkins in a line or this or that. I don't care. I'm not here for efficiency. This is just for early game stuff. If I wanted efficient, I'd make a automated farm. Which I may do at some point. Just do villager, either villager one or just a automated redstone one. But not right now. Time to go back. Let's see if I can... Actually, I need some blocks. Get some cobblestone. And we'll see if we can find a fortress. Alright, so I'm thinking if we go... Was that the way the bastion? So if we go the opposite direction, the opposite cardinal direction, we might be able to find, hopefully, a nether fortress. Okay. See, that's an issue right there. That we have to figure out how to get past. It's just gonna be a giant thing. I don't really care to have a... Yeah, good enough. How do we get around there? Is there like a pole I can go down? Like a... somewhere where it connects to the ground? Am I out of luck? Like, am I just SOL? I might be SOL. Okay, well, I'll try to find a way around. That was rude. Ow. What's your problem, man? So we have the happy gas, and then this guy's just an angry gas, apparently. Okay, where do I go from here, then? Just kind of keep going now. I guess just keep going down. That direction looks promising. Oh, there's the... Okay, workforce. It's not too bad. I've always found it very interesting that they chose like a rubber sound of the trees. Like a squeaking rubber or like a resin of some kind or something. So it's definitely an interesting sound. And the crimson and the warped. That scared me a little bit, not gonna lie. I don't know what that was though. Was that a... Oh, it was a head. It was a player head, not a happy guest. We're good. Speaking of which, there's a happy guest right there. Hello, dried ghast. Oh, there's another one. Why is there none near me? Why is there a... It's over here, but not... There's none near me. Of course. Of course. Oh, okay, so this is an easy way to get to the bastion. Yeah, let me just, get that. And now I leave, because no, I'm not doing that right now. I almost jumped off the map. That would have been really bad. Off the map? Off the ground. What map am I jumping off? Where did I find a bastion before? It's so frustrating. I mean, I'm glad I found it for the future, but I definitely would prefer a fortress at this point in time. I was planning on going to a bastion after I had an elytra and whatnot, so I didn't really think about any of that. Alright, so that's where I got the first one, I think. Or here, maybe. First happy ghast. Dried ghast. That's what they're called, the dried ghast. And then they turn into happy ghast when you feed them water. You know, something that I don't think people mention enough is how well the Mojang team have implemented some of the newer updates. People always complain about newer updates and how they're not as good as the old ones or how they're so small. But they implement them pretty well. Even if I don't love what they add, they're pretty seamless into the game. Right, like the happy ghast is a perfect example of that. I don't love, actually I do really love the happy ghast, but I don't love the rest of the stuff in the update. But well, I don't know. I wish it was a bigger update. We'll say that. But the way that they implemented it into the sandbox felt pretty seamless, and they managed to make the happy ghast themselves fairly self-explanatory, or not self-explanatory, intuitive. You find that dried ghast in the Nether. It's called dried ghast, so your first thought, oh, what if I give them water, right? What if I hydrate them? And that's literally all it is. And then I think you can make the saddle, or you even just, I don't know if you use a specific saddle or if it's just a normal saddle. But yeah, they made it quite easy for new players to kind of figure out what happy ghasts are and what they do without having to look up videos. Which is honestly, I think it's one of the biggest talking points with this game is how unintuitive it is, right? I'd seen a while ago, I don't know if he's still doing it, but there was somebody who was like an engineer or something. He played Minecraft for the first time, but blind. Like, he knew nothing about the game, so he played it completely blind. And he was overthinking a lot of stuff, for sure, because he had such a high degree and whatnot, so he definitely was overthinking stuff. But for the most part, like, I think a lot of the game is, well, a lot of the newer updates, they're trying to get to be more intuitive. Right? The game is so big, so popular, so vastly known and understood that it's not hard to figure out what things are. I definitely wish they would, there is some things that they could fix for clarity, like I think that, again, I don't know what that YouTuber's name was, but that guy had some issues with crying obsidian, mainly because it was in the portal frame for like the ruined portal frame. And although I think crying obsidian is a great block, for one, I think it could use a little bit of a it could, stuff like that though, like it just in general, not necessarily just crying obsidian, but blocks like that where they're decorative, but they serve a purpose, and the purpose just isn't quite as easily understood as the intended if they were to just take out the decorative block. Like in those rune portal frames, they can keep. I think it's fine to keep the drawing obsidian, but they should just put it in around the sides, like on the ground and whatnot, not in the actual frame. I think in the frame, since none of them are fully built, I think the frame itself should just be normal obsidian. That way, when someone comes across it, they're like, "Oh, obsidian, okay. What if I put more obsidian, finish the square, finish the rectangle?" And then they're like, "Oh, that's what you do. And that turns on a portal." Or maybe they're like, "Oh, it did nothing," but like you see a bunch of fire around. I mean, I don't think it's hard to imagine to set it on fire. I do think there is a way and a world in a way that that Minecraft could get to a point where the intuitiveness is a little bit better, where there's environmental storytelling, there's environmental little tips and tricks, so to speak, right? Like maybe there's maps you find, or little pamphlets or parchments that you can find in certain natural spawning things. And I think it's something like this would be a lot easier to implement them if they had more naturally spawning structures, especially with loot. Right, like if you had the jungle temple, like they have jungle temple, that's the only thing in the jungle. They have nothing in the plains for the most part besides the village. Like they have the village, they have ruined portal, they have the ruins themselves, the underwater ruins. They have. Wow, my brain is malfunctioning today. Ruins, portals, ruins. They have the boats, the sunken treasure. They have the well, which is actually useless, except for I guess it has suspicious sand, doesn't it? Yeah. It has the trial chambers, a stronghold, mob spawners, mine shaft. Right, those are like the majority of them, right? Actually, that might be all of them, just right there. If there's a few probably other ones that are missing, but that's most of them. Well, when it comes to those, like, none of them, like, if you had just, well, increased a few more that can spawn a little bit more commonly, a little bit more, like, maybe smaller ones, I think having more stuff like the well size, shape, or even a little bit bigger would be great. So a little bit bigger that spawn more, or a little bit smaller that spawn more often, that you can find maybe. I guess there's the ancient city as well, but where you can just find maybe, oh, you find a remnant of like a hieroglyph on the wall or something, right? And then they can even add new blocks that have hieroglyphs on them or something to just make more to add even more like building blocks, right? Or they can just add like parchments. You can make parchments in the game now. Maybe that'd be something that you can use for, I don't know, making text on maps or something. You can apply them to maps and you can put text on them. I'm not a designer, so I don't know, but I think they could definitely increase the amount of environmental storytelling and the quality of it. That's, I think, probably the biggest issue with the game when it comes to a new player perspective. Oh, that was a decent trip in the Nether. I got some bit of everything. I managed to find a way to the black or the bastion, even though it's not really conventional. It's a bit of a long trek. I've still not found a fortress, which is the most important thing right now. Just finding one of them. Alright, so we got a happy guess going. I have a lead here and a fence post ready for when he hatches. Hatches? Hydrates? I don't know what the proper terminology is for the happy guest, but I'll have that ready for him. I definitely need to get a saddle, which I do not have. I don't have leather. I'll have to get some leather. I think you can craft them now, which is nice, but I'm not sure.
A few moments later.
Oh, look at him! He's done! Look, he's so cute. You can stay on the hook. Look at him, he's so cute. I don't have any snowballs, so I can't really, I think it is snowballs that raise them, I think. I don't have any anyways, so. You're just gonna have to stay here. Oh, you're so cute, though. Look at you. Look at you. You'll come in a lot of handy when I start building. Ah, it's awesome.
Later.
Look at him. He's all big now. I think I can make a harness. Leather. I'm out of leather. I can make a harness though if I get some leather, because it's just what? Leather, some glass, and then a wool. I apologize, cows. You are going to have to be sacrificed for the greater good, also known as a harness for my lovely. Let's go. As you might be able to see, I've started working. I'm making trying to make a few automatic sheep harvester thingamajigs, but I don't really have much cobblestone. So I don't know what to do, because obviously I have this stone beach that I wanted to carve out, but I'm trying to wait until I can get like silk touch, or not silk touch, efficiency 5. I have efficiency 4. I need unbreaking 3. But I think once I get that, and then I'm gonna try and get beacon. Well, maybe not beacon, but I'm trying to get some other stuff before I start on this. Just because I know it's gonna take a lot of work to do so, and the quicker and I can do it with materials would be the better. I'm not too worried about going to the end or anything like that, but definitely getting at least enchanting. I don't know if I need to get insta mine. Like, what are we at now? Pretty damn close to insta mine. Might be able to just go with that, and then if once we get efficiency 5, it'll be even better. But for right now, that's just gonna be how it is. But I need more XP. I could build a basic mob farm somewhere, but I'm not really sold on that. I could try and find, oh god, I don't want to cheat too much using this, but I could try and find like a spawner somewhere. I'm not that worried about it. I will have to use, the reason for those asking, the reason I have this mod downloaded is not to cheat and find stuff. Like, I'm not gonna go, oh, there's a stronghold. No, I'm using this so that I can light up the caves in the future. And also, it's really nice for making cinematic shots, especially when, actually, this will be a perfect example. If I do it like right in this section, or maybe right here or something. Because I was planning on originally covering this section too, and just kind of go up in there and go around there. If I do that as well as the river up there and cover all that, then maybe like right here-ish. But I don't know. It's gonna be a decent sized building, and then there's gonna be a few buildings around it, and then yeah, you'll see. It'll probably be next episode, but this episode is gonna be a lot of grinding and boring stuff, so hopefully I can get to the point of starting this. Even if I'm making some of the small areas around, that's a good goal for me, but a good spot for me. But definitely it's gonna take a while, and it's gonna be a lot of farm making and off-screen grinding, because there's not going to be much I'm going to show of the boring stuff. Once I get to building and whatnot, then it'll be a lot more stuff I can show, or maybe I might show some of the farms if I'm trying to build some of them, but I'm not great at them, so I don't know if I want to be embarrassing myself like that. Whoa. Okay, well, we gotta plug that hole. Yeah, like somewhere. Oh, hey, there's a fortress. Okay, how do I get down from here? I need to get there. I don't know how I found a bastion before this. But this is good. This is good progress. Progress is being made. now we got a nice way to another fortress. I'll have to clear. I hope this is a good one. Please have a lot of crossroads so I can build a farm here, or a skeleton farm. If not, I mean, I don't really need a wither skeleton farm. I don't think I'll need that many beacons, but okay, that's terrifying. At least a 1 or 2 crossroads so I can make a spawn, like a manual farm. All I need from here, I need nether warts, and I need a spot so I can get what are they called? Wither skeletons. If I can get those 2, then we're all set. Toggle the gamut just so I can see easier. I know, blah, blah, blah. People are going to say it's cheating or whatever. I don't care. I would love to be able to see when I'm going through this thing. It's not like it gives me an advantage of any kind. So, blaze spawner. Okay. I don't know how well these torches work, but it's good enough for now. There's a blaze. Okay. Oh, okay. 2 crossroads. That's not bad. I would love if there was like I mean, there's the 3rd one. Like, that's not terrible though. I don't have looting on my sword, so I'm not too worried about getting skulls right now. Ow. Really? What is this generation? This is so odd. But there's 2 crossroads here. There's another one there, and another one there. This is actually not that bad. I might be able to make a decent farm out of this in the future, much far future. I'm not doing that anytime soon. Holy crap. It actually wouldn't be terribly hard. I just don't really want to go through all that. The only issue is I have not come across any nether wart yet. It doesn't mean that there aren't any. Just means that I haven't come across any yet. I'm gonna collect all the nether quartz I can, because I need a lot of levels. Need to be able to get some enchanting done. And some anvil. Well, I mean enchanting, I guess, and anvil, yeah. Because I have mending, but I still need a lot of other enchantments. I need unbreaking, I need efficiency. I have efficiency 5, but I'll need to get some efficiency 4 so that I can actually upgrade the ones I have. But when I get if I need a new tool upgraded, so like my pickaxe here doesn't have any efficiency, that'll have to get efficiency 5 because I'll have a villager for that. I need unbreaking, I need looting, and then any other any other enchantments I want, I will just have to get at the time that I need them, because I'm not too worried about like trident enchantments or spear enchantments or crossbow or bow enchantments. I just want to get the ones I need. Oh, protection. I need protection. Protection, unbreaking. Those are the main ones. Yeah, I think if I clear out a lot of this, I'll need a beacon down here, I think, in order to do it. But if I clear out a lot of this chunk of spawn stuff, like there's a whole layer above here, which is wild. But if I can get rid of all that, I think this would be a great... like there's... like, yeah, wait, 1 there, 1 here. Like 2 or 3 over there. I don't know if these count. I'm guessing they do. Like, this just seems like a really good spot for a wither skeleton farm. Which, honestly, that might that might be a good... I'm slurring my words here. That might be a good spot for a XP farm, if nothing else. Right? Like, I'll get the... it'll help me get the levels I need, or the skulls I need, but on top of that, it might just be good XP if I don't need to build anything else, right? Like, if I do this, I might not need to build, like, a traditional farm, or I might not need to build a, I probably should still build an Enderman farm, because those are just useful. They're quick, easy, and actually really strong, so... probably should still build one of those. But yeah, like one here. I don't know if these two count, but I would imagine so. There's one there, one there. Like, wow, this is... What? Is that a ball? Is that another netherrack ball? Why is there just a ball? What kind of cursed seed do I have? I'm leaving that there. That's cool. I don't even... If that's an issue with the spawning, I'll just cover it in buttons or something. That is cool. Yeah, I definitely need to get looting before I do too much grinding here. But now that I have a fortress, and it's not far from my base either, like it didn't go very far, which is great. But yeah, I definitely need, I don't know if I'll be using nether wart blocks, or sorry, red nether bricks. I guess nether wart blocks as well, but I don't know if I'll be using red nether wart, or red nether bricks, red nether bricks, Jesus. I think I am gonna be at some point using them, because they're just a nice dark red. Ah, I see, I don't have any nether wart though, so I will need to find another fortress, but this will be a great one for farms, like both that farm and I could probably, this one might be far enough away that I can just make a blaze farm out of this. So now that I have this, I'm gonna go grind some XP, grind some levels, get my gear enchanted. I got some on my main tools, but I need my sword enchanted, I need my armor enchanted. I will do that, and then if anything important happens between then and now, I'll see you. Otherwise, I might see you after I've grinded out some skulls. I'll probably change my mind halfway through that, but for right now, that's the plan. Well, isn't that fantastic? Wasn't recording, just doing some off-screen grinding. And second skeleton I killed got with their skull. Fantastic. Well, see how many I can get here. Did I kill the only like 3 that were here? Oh no. Oh no. Whoa, what was that? Okay. I don't know what that was. Okay. Sure. It's a bit concerning, but whatever, I guess. Oh, hi there. How are you guys? Seem to be congregating. Alright, come here.